You landed on this video because chances are you are struggling to understand the benefits of networking in finding UX UI design job. I was there myself for many years. I did not understand why people are talking about networking. I did not really benefit from it, and I felt that what I'm doing there is very random. But starting 2021, I decided to approach my networking activities systematically, and since then I benefited from my network big time. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what I do to secure meaningful network connection, how I approach it in my day-to-day life, and how I benefited from it. My name is Ines, my channel is about UX design, subscribe. I decided to make this video because I get reached out by various people asking if I can refer them to a job. The thing is that I'm not completely against referring people that I might not know that closely to the jobs if I see that this is a good fit, but you need to approach me in a correct way for me to be safe in doing that. So if you are doing cold connections already, or you are maybe feeling too shy to start, this video will be the right fit for you. But first I wanted to tell just a bit about my own experience with networking and the insight I've got in 2021. The thing is that I started in UX design in 2021 where I knew no one from the industry, but also it was not necessary. The industry was growing, the number of jobs was growing as well, and it was easier to get a job just by doing outreach. So throughout all those years, of course, I attended conferences, I attended workshops, so I've met a bunch of people that I stayed connected. And the most friends I actually have right now, they are more or less connected to UX UI design, or they are working in the broader tech industry. But I never approached networking activities as something that could help me to land a job. But as I said, getting a job just through outreach, just by applying to the posted positions, was very, very easy. Then in 2021, things has changed because I moved to Germany. And the thing is that I separated out of my network completely. And at first it came as a shock for me because I never knew how lonely it could be when you don't know anyone. And actually I had a job already, so I did not need a network to find a new one. But I just decided to approach my networking activities in a more systematic way to just fill up my surroundings with the people that I know, with the people that I like, you know, those weak connection concept. This is what I was striving to do. And I started reading articles, I started talking with people, how do they approach networking, what do they believe works and what is not. And I tried multiple activities. I was really precise and intentional in doing that. I had a plan for a week, for a month, whom I'm going to reach out and things like that. But it's only after 4 or 5 years when I started seeing the effect of my efforts. And this is where I want to talk to you with few insights that I have gathered throughout those years that might help you out as well. And the first insight is that networking indeed takes a lot of time. The most common situation that I see when people approach me and they ask how to network to land a job is that they believe that they can do certain activities for 3, 4, 6 months while they are in a job search, and then this eventually will lead them into landing a job. But the thing is that real networking takes time because it takes time for other people to start believe in us and to start trusting us. When was the last time really when you've met a person and then you became friends on the second day? That probably happened in your kindergarten, but since we are all getting older, we don't have that much time to invest in new relationship. We don't often trust people, and especially if you get more and more senior, you would start noticing that some people, they approach you because they need something from you, and it's always something that you can sense. So the first thing that you need to know is that you are now in a job search and you believe you need to start networking, which I think you do. Just make sure that your expectations are set in the correct way. You can start networking right now. Maybe you will be lucky and throughout your 6 months, maybe you will be really active. You will start getting this credibility from the network and eventually somebody would invite you to talk for an interview. But most likely, if you will start today, you will see the effect in a couple of years from now. And this is also completely fine. This is the long game. The second insight that I've got is that you need to network with the right people. It's often easier if you are starting out in UX design to start mingle with people who are also in the beginning, and this is completely fine. You have a lot to talk about, and this network is also very valuable because when I started in my career, I was also mostly being friends with people who are in the beginning, but as the time passes, they grow, they climb the career ladder, and now out of my student friends, I now know people who are top product leads in the top companies. That will also happen with you and your network as you grow, of course, but since you need to solve certain challenges today, you probably need to talk and you need to be friends with people who can really give you opportunities now and not in 10 years. And this is where it is important to decide who are those people. Are they hiring managers? Are they clients? Are they agencies' folks? And when you have an idea who those people might be, you need to choose certain conferences or meetups where they are present. So don't choose only conferences or meetups that are targeted for juniors. This will only bring you the network of other juniors, which could also be very beneficial and fun. But keeping in mind your goal to grow and to land a job eventually, I would say that you need to expand the audiences that you are targeting with your network activities. The third valuable insight that I've learned doing my networking activities is that you don't really need to be an extrovert to be successful in networking. Because I'm actually an introvert. The happiest day I had in my life were all the days that I spent at home. And that's why when I was approaching networking, I thought, oh my God, I need to talk with people. I need to be really active. How can I do that? I'm being drained after talking with people for a long time and so on. But then actually when I started, I figured out that I can do that. It's just I need to take care of two things. I need to approach networking events by being fully recharged. This is for me very important. I never visit events when I'm low in my batteries because I know that I just will be sitting on the back seat. I will not be going to talk with anyone and this time will be wasted, and it's best if I just spend this time at home and recharge with my partner or playing video games. The second thing I care about is that I ask more questions than I answer, because answering questions puts me in the spotlight, and this is not always what I want to do. I need to be fully recharged for doing that, but I noticed that if I ask questions, if I listen, and if I talk about the person rather than talking about myself, that saves me some energy, and actually people are being very positive with me doing that. Maybe you have also been in the situation when there are a few people talking and they are only waiting until the other person would stop talking to start talking themselves. It's not a very pleasant interaction. So I think by being an introvert, you are actually more pleasant in an interaction like that, maybe more naturally pleasant. I think everybody could do that. It's just the listening skill that you can adopt, but it comes out naturally for me and it saves me energy. That's why I'm doing that, and people, they believe that I'm a good listener, I guess. By the way, if you like this video and you want to receive more videos like that, give me thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. That's important for me and for YouTube algorithms to start recommending you similar videos. And we are moving on. The insight number 4 that I've got while doing my networking is that you need to follow up. It often happens when a person in a job search reaches out to me in the UX Portfolio Club, for example, and asks, how can I actually do meaningful networking? I visit events, we exchange LinkedIns, and then nothing happens. Yeah, well, of course nothing happens because you need to be proactive. You need to follow up this connection. You need to really genuinely connect. So it's really nice when you follow up on the conversation that was done earlier, when you ask if they want to meet for coffee, if this person was really pleasant for you, and something like that. So it's important to ask something after the event has finished, maybe on the next day or in a couple of days. This will also establish a connection in the person's brain that yes, you are this person we've talked and this is your page, and now when this person would see your page in their feed, they will associate you as a person with this page. And the insight number 5 is that you need to be genuine. The thing is that it's not enough just to follow up once and then in the next message ask if it is okay for them to refer you or not. As I said in the beginning, the genuine connection takes time to build, and you also need to be genuine. You need to be genuinely interested in what the person is saying to you. And I think this is a principle in life that you need to give, and then make an ask. And here it applies as well. By giving, I mean that you need to genuinely be interested. You need to create a feeling for the person you are connecting with, that they are being seen, that they are being listened. And I don't think you can actually tweak this approach. I think it's often visible when people are connecting with you only just to make this ask, and they cannot wait until they put this ask actually. So I don't like when I feel that this is how I'm being treated, because I feel that I am being not a human, I am just a hiring manager who can potentially refer a candidate, and because a principal refers another designer, that would sound better than if nobody refers this person. So I don't really like this attitude, and I try not to give this attitude to other people. That's why I genuinely network without any agenda. Even if I know that I need to change a job in some period of time, or even if I know that maybe I would want to visit this conference as a guest or something like that, and that's why I have connected with the person who leads the conference. I try to remind myself that real networking takes time, and probably this will not happen in the near future, that I will land a job with the connection with this person, or that I will be invited on the conference because we have just met. It's not enough, even 6 months, or it's often not enough for a person to start remembering you, to start feeling that you are here, you're not going anywhere, you are reliable, and it is safe for them to connect and collaborate with you. And speaking about how I benefited from my network so far, I have a few examples. The first example is that I was invited to facilitate a roundtable twice, once in Berlin in the Hatch conference, and the second time in the conference called DMX in Munich. The second example is I'm benefiting from right now. The thing is that I'm launching a new podcast. It's gonna be something new, for something that I've never done before, and I was able to find enough connections in my network who would agree to come and talk with me as guests. So stay tuned, it's gonna be out soon-ish. The third example is that I was able to become a UX UI design mentor for European Space Association, and I'm really proud of having this connection and being a mentor there. And I found the connection with one of the organizers during the Web Summit in Portugal. So you see how that turned out, although I had no agenda that I would ever somehow help a European Space Association to launch startups in space. And the fourth example is that I was also able to find the first startup that I was mentoring as a UX consultant through my good friend who happened to work there, and they were looking for somebody who could help them to overcome some UX UI design challenges. And so I believe that networking can be really, really powerful, but only if we take it in the long run. I think every one of you who is watching this video, you should start building your network as of today. You should look up the events that you have in the local region. You should create a plan how you attend the events. You should do some preparations if that's needed. You should come prepared with your business cards or with just the energy that you would share with other people. And then you need to take also activities and efforts to follow up on the connections, to invite them to talk over coffee, to reply on the posts, to interact with them, and just having no agenda in mind. Believe me, this is the best way. That's why you will not be coming across as a person who just wants something from them, which is really not pleasant if you ever been in this situation. And also keep in mind, who might you be networking with? Be intentional about that as well. I know it could be intimidating to approach a person who is being very senior in the industry, and they might be working in the company where you just dreaming to be working, but still try it out, approach them, ask questions, just genuinely be interested in who they are as people, not as individuals who are working in this company, not only as professionals. And that was it for today, and I hope now you know how to approach networking and it does not sound that mysterious anymore. And if you want to build a converting UX portfolio and get career guidance from me, then check my UX Portfolio Club, the link will be down below. And if you like this video and you want to receive more videos like that, then hit the subscribe button down below and click the bell. This way you will get a notification when a new lesson comes out. And I see you next time.